مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
So how did it go? Did you pass?
No, I failed. Again.
I don't believe it. How did you fail again? What happened this time?
You won't believe it.
No. No way, Alfie. Not the same as last time.
Yep.
No way! Not another cat?
I know. I'm in shock. I love cats.
So what happened?
Well, I stopped at a zebra crossing to let an old man cross the road. No problem there. He walked across the road, so I started to drive. Just then a cat appeared from nowhere.
Did you hit it?
I did. It was impossible to stop.
I don't believe you, Alfie. You're joking, aren't you? You didn't fail, did you? Nobody can kill two cats on 2 driving tests.
What can I say? I know. It's totally crazy. The owner of the cat arrived.
Oh, no. And...
Well, he said it wasn't my fault. The cat escaped from the garden. The driving instructor agreed too, so we carried on with the test. But I was too nervous and I crossed a red traffic light.
Poor you, mate. Do you want to come over?
Yeah. Okay. See you in 5 minutes.
I'm so happy to be home.
I bet. So, tell us what happened.
Well, on Thursday afternoon, I saw the weather forecast on the TV in the hotel, and it said there was a big storm coming.
Yes, that was when we spoke.
That's right. So, I took a taxi to the airport straight away. I wanted to leave before the storm came. Good idea. Did you get to the airport okay? Yes, I got there, but hundreds of other people had the same idea. The storm arrived faster than anybody expected, so there were no flights. The road to the airport was completely flooded, so nobody could go back into town. We got stuck in the airport.
Did you think it would be for so long?
Not at all. We all thought 1 night, possibly 2. Did you have enough food? I bought some food on the first day, but it wasn't very good by the 3rd day. On my birthday, I had a packet of crisps and a 2-day-old sandwich for lunch.
Poor Mum.
What about the bathrooms at the airport? Were you able to have a shower? No. The water pipes froze, so after the first day there wasn't any water. It wasn't nice.
That's disgusting. Oh.
Don't worry, I'm clean now. So, what did you do all day in the airport? I met some really nice people. We talked, read, played cards. When they found out it was my birthday, one of them gave me his last bar of chocolate. Oh, cute. It was a strange feeling having no internet connection, no phone line. It was horrible not being able to phone you two. We're all so used to being connected all the time. It was hard. I know you think I'm on holiday when I'm working, but it's not always easy, you know.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Activity A. Read the text below, paying attention to the verbs in red. Then match the verbs with the different uses of the past simple. Here in the box we have 4 uses. Number 1, completed actions in the past. We use the past simple for completed actions in the past. أحداث اكتملت في الماضي. For example, when I say I finished my work or I did my homework 2 hours ago. إذن هنا انتهيت من عملي أو أديت واجباتي منذ ساعتين. إذن الحدث اكتمل في الماضي وليس له علاقة بالحاضر. In this case, we use the past simple. Number 2, completed actions that happened one after the other in the past. When you have a series of actions. For example, when I say, yesterday I got up, had a shower, had breakfast, got dressed, and then went to school. في هذه الحالة عندما يكون هناك سلسلة من الأحداث أو من الأفعال تمت واكتملت في الماضي، أيضا نستخدم the past simple زمن الماضي البسيط. Number 3, the past simple is used for past habits or repeated actions in the past, often used with adverbs of frequency. ظروف التكرار. What are adverbs of frequency? We have examples here in the text for adverbs of frequency such as always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, seldom, never. إذا كان هناك عادات تكررت في الماضي، أفعال تكررت في الماضي، هنا نستخدم أيضا زمن الماضي البسيط. For example, when I was young, I always climbed trees. I always climbed trees. دائما ما كنت أتسلق الأشجار. When I was young, عندما كنت صغيرا. في هذه الحالة أيضا نستخدم زمن الماضي البسيط, the past simple. Number 4, the past simple is used for an action in the past that interrupted a longer action in progress. إذن في هذه الحالة بيكون عندي أكثر من حدث. حدث قطع حدث آخر استغرق مدة أطول. على سبيل المثال, while I was studying, بينما كنت أدرس. دراستي أحيانا بتستمر 3 أو 4 ساعات. في منتصف هذا الحدث my father entered. هذا الحدث لم يستغرق مدة طويلة ولكنه قطع دراستي. So while I was studying, my father entered. Now read the text and try to find the verbs and concentrate on the verbs in red.
This is Side by Side TV News Morning Edition with Bob Rogers and Jackie Williams, Maria Hernandez with the weather, and Chip Stevens on sports.
Good morning, everybody. Along with Jackie Williams, I'm Bob Rogers. Well, as you all know by now, there was a blackout in Centerville last night. The lights went out all over town.
Side-by-Side TV News reporter Scott Mason is standing by downtown to find out what people were doing last night when the lights went out. Scott, are you there?
Jackie, it seems like everybody in town is talking about the blackout last night. Everyone has a story to tell. What were you doing last night when the lights went out?
I was washing the dishes, and my wife was giving the baby a bath.
I was washing my clothes at the laundromat, and suddenly everything got dark. My husband and I were watching TV, and our children were doing their homework.
And what were you doing last night when the lights went out? Excuse me.
Yeah?
What were you doing last night when the lights went out?
Did the lights go out last night?
Yes, the lights went out all over town.
Huh. How about that? I didn't even know. I was listening to music all night.
You were listening to music, but there was no electricity.
Batteries.
So you see, Bob and Jackie, everybody's talking about what they were doing last night when the lights went out. But why did the lights go out? To find the answer, side-by-side TV news reporter Gloria Rodriguez is standing by at the main office of the power company. Gloria?
I'm here at the main office of the Centerville Power Company with Fred Watts, the company's Director of Public Information. Mr. Watts, what happened last night?
Well, Gloria, as you know, the lights went out all over town.
Yes, we know that, Mr. Watts. Can you tell us why?
Well, we aren't sure yet. We know it was raining very hard when the blackout occurred, but we aren't certain that's the reason for the problem. We're working on it.
Mr. Watts, is it true that you were all having a big party here last night and nobody was watching the controls?
Absolutely not. We were working here and doing our jobs as usual.
Well, thank you for talking with us, Mr. Watts. So, Bob and Jackie, that's what we know right now. It was raining very hard last night, and perhaps that's the reason the lights went out all over town. This is Gloria Rodriguez, reporting live from the power company for Side-by-Side TV News.
Thank you, Gloria. Whew, what a night. What were you doing last night when the lights went out?
I was washing the dishes.
How about your wife? What was Doris doing last night when the lights went out?
She was taking a bath.
I was still working in the building. Did you hear what happened to the station manager and his wife?
No. What were Mr. and Mrs. Green doing last night when the lights went out?
They were riding in the elevator.
Oh, that's terrible.
Coming up, a robbery on River Street. We'll be back in a moment.
I saw you yesterday, but you didn't see me.
Really? When?
At about 2:30. You were getting out of a taxi on Main Street.
That wasn't me. Yesterday at 2:30, I was cooking dinner.
I guess I made a mistake.
Stay tuned for Our Neighbors, Our Lives, coming up after the morning news.
Hi, this is Ernesto Retina, owner of ICU, your one-stop place for eye examinations and eyeglasses. Does this scene look familiar?
I saw you yesterday, but you didn't see me.
Really? When?
At about 4 o'clock, you were jogging through the park.
That wasn't me. Yesterday at 4 o'clock, I was playing tennis.
I guess I made a mistake.
Don't let this happen to you. Come to ICU for an eye examination today. This is Ernesto Retina saying, I'll see you at ICU.
There was a robbery at 151 River Street yesterday afternoon. Side-by-side TV news reporter Maxine Baxter talked with the tenants of the building and filed this report.
Yesterday wasn't a very good day for the people who live at 151 River Street. Burglars broke into every apartment in the building while all the tenants were out. What were you folks doing yesterday afternoon?
I was washing my clothes at the laundromat.
I was visiting a friend in the hospital.
We were having a picnic at the beach.
I was playing tennis in the park.
And how about you? What were you doing?
My roommate and I were attending a football game.
I was out of town. I was visiting my grandchildren in Ohio.
And how do you all feel about what happened?
I'm really upset.
It's terrible.
I can't believe it.
Yesterday certainly was an unfortunate day for the people at 151 River Street. They had no idea that while they were away, burglars broke into every apartment in the building. Today, everybody is trying to put their apartments and their lives back together. Maxine Baxter, Side by Side, TV News.
Police are still investigating the robbery at 151 River Street. As of now, there are no suspects.
And that's the Side by Side TV News Morning Edition for today. We'll see you this evening. I'm Bob Rogers.
And I'm Jackie Williams. Our Neighbors, Our Lives is next. Have a good day.
Hey, look who's here. Sis, what a surprise.
Hey, I didn't expect to see you here. Please join me.
How was your day, Julia?
Oh, I had an awful day. It seemed to be such a lovely day at the beginning. I was sitting on the balcony, drinking a cup of coffee. The sun was shining, someone was playing a violin in the street, and I was enjoying a beautiful afternoon. I was feeling hungry, so I decided to make spaghetti. But I realized that I didn't have any tomato sauce. So I went to the grocery store to buy some. After buying a few items, I finally found the tomato sauce. I was reading the label when the jar just slipped out of my hands and fell down. There was glass and red sauce all over the floor and splattered all over my shoes. I looked around and noticed that everyone was staring at me. People were smiling and whispering to each other. Soon I noticed that I was leaving a trail of red footprints through the store. I found a grocery store worker and let him know what I had just done. I offered to help clean it up, but he declined. I was so embarrassed that I wasn't even looking where I was going. And I knocked over a display of chips. I was just standing there in shock. A manager was walking by me that very moment and noticed the mess I had made. I was expecting her to be angry, but she wasn't. She said they would take care of everything. She was smiling. Maybe she was thinking about how clumsy I was.
Oh, poor you, sis. I'm sorry you had to go through this. It was just a bad day.
And there's more. While I was waiting to pay the checkout, I realized I forgot my wallet home. I was mortified.
Oh no. So what did you do?
I apologized and left all my shopping there.
Maybe you're too tired and stressed out. You should take a few days off from work and get some rest.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I called you yesterday at about 8 p.m., but you didn't answer. What were you doing?
You'll never guess what happened yesterday evening. I was sitting in the living room watching TV when I suddenly felt a strong smell of smoke. It was coming from the corridor outside our apartment. I opened the door and saw smoke at the end of the corridor. Mrs. Brown lives there. I grabbed the fire extinguisher and ran towards her apartment. I opened the door and there was a big fire. The flames were spreading quickly. I put out the fire as fast as I could. Then I saw Mrs. Brown in the living room. She was lying down on the floor. She was screaming for help.
Help! Help!
She was bleeding. I called the ambulance right away.
Oh, poor Mrs. Brown. Is she okay now?
Yes, luckily she's fine.
But what happened?
It seems that the fire was started by some candles that were burning in the living room. Mrs. Brown was dozing off when the fire started. She woke up, and while she was trying to put out the fire, she fell down and broke her arm.
She's really lucky to be alive thanks to you. You're a real hero. And where were you, Isabella, when all that happened? What were you doing?
I was taking a shower, so I didn't notice anything. But when I came out of the bathroom, I felt the smell of smoke and knew something was going on. And I soon found out everything.
I'm glad things turned out fine in the end. I'm so happy to spend such a wonderful evening with my brother and my sister-in-law.
Activity B. Read the text in Activity A again and match the verbs in blue with the different uses of the past progressive. Again, we have here 3 uses for the past progressive tense. Match the verbs in blue with the 3 uses. For example, number 1, the past progressive is used for temporary past states or actions. زمن الماضي المستمر يستخدم مع الأحداث والحالات المؤقتة في الماضي. على سبيل المثال, my brother was at the beach yesterday. My brother was painting a portrait. Number 2, an action in progress in the past that was interrupted by another action. For example, while I was studying, my father entered. While I was studying, this action was in progress, but my father entered, so my father interrupted my studying. The longer action here, which is studying, is used in the past progressive tense. Number 3, simultaneous actions in progress in the past. عندما يكون لدينا فعلين أو أكثر مستمرين مع بعض في نفس التوقيت أي متزامنين simultaneous، في هذه الحالة نستخدم ال past progressive. على سبيل المثال, while I was studying, my brother was watching TV. أنا أدرس وأخي يشاهد التلفزيون. لم يقاطع أحد منا الآخر. في هذه الحالة نستخدم ال past progressive أو الماضي المستمر. Now read the text and match the verbs in blue with the different uses of the past progressive.
Ooh, come Woo. Hello and welcome to the Grammar Game Show. I'm your host, Will, but I'll change for person and time. And of course, let's not forget Leslie, our all-knowing voice in the sky.
Welcome, everyone.
Tonight we're going to be asking 3 questions about
the past continuous tense.
Okay, now let's meet our contestants.
Hi everyone, I'm Helen.
Contestant number 2.
Hi everyone, I'm Greg.
Welcome back, Helen. Okay, let's get going, and don't forget, you can play along at home too. Our first round is a battle round. Contestants ask each other questions about the past continuous until one of them makes a mistake. Helen, do you want to start?
Yes, please.
That's a shame. Greg, you can go first.
Right. What is the formula for the past continuous?
Was or were plus verb ing. Ha ha. What do we use the past continuous for?
Actions which are in progress at a past time. Ha ha! Yes. Give me an example.
I was eating dinner at 6 p.m. last night. Ha ha. Do we use the past continuous with state verbs?
No, not usually. Ah, yes. Do we usually use the past continuous with repeated actions?
Yes.
Ooh, that was vicious. Well played, but Helen, you made a mistake there. Leslie?
Mostly right. The past continuous is used to describe actions that were in progress at a past time. It is constructed with was or were and verb ing, and, being continuous, it does not usually use state verbs. However, it does not usually describe repeated actions or habits either. Sorry, Helen, that's the past simple.
Sorry, Helen, 20 points to Greg. Let's move on to our next round. Which of these sentences is incorrect and why? I was walking when I tripped and fell. I was walking while I tripped and fell. When I was walking, I tripped and fell. While I was walking, I tripped and fell.
Trick question. They are all correct.
No, B is wrong. We don't use while for quick actions. Ha ha.
Wow, you two are really getting into it. Leslie?
We often use the past continuous and past simple together to describe a longer action that is interrupted by a short one. These actions are connected with time words like when and while. However, we do not usually use while in front of the short action. So well done, Helen.
Well done, Helen. 20 points for you. Ooh, this is exciting. It's neck and neck. It's time for our final question. True or false? The past continuous can make you sound more polite.
True.
It is true. Can you explain how?
No.
Ooh. Greg?
Using the past continuous makes things more polite because it seems temporary and so more casual.
Leslie?
Yep. Using the past continuous can make sentences seem more polite by distancing them from the present. This makes them sound more tentative and less assertive. More gentle. For example, I was hoping you could lend me money is more polite than I hope you can lend me money.
Well, this is tricky. Helen, you said it was true, and Greg, you explained it. Who do I give the points to?
Give it to me.
No, I was the one who answered the question.
No, you didn't. I got it right. You should give it to me.
Oh,
I know. Wasn't that easier? And that brings us to the end of today's Grammar Game Show. And the winner is... me! Oh, well done. Thank you. What have I won?
Cash in mixed currency.
It looks like we'll need 2 more contestants.